Hello students, today we are going to learn satellite communication and we will study about satellite. Well, all of us are known about the satellite and satellite is sound to be very interesting to us. If it doesn't sound interesting, I am gonna make it interesting to you for you today. Satellite, we have all used the satellite services. Like for example, the basic example is mobile. We use mobile phones. In mobile, we have option of GPS, global positioning system, which tracks our location on the earth. It uses this directly communicates to satellite. This is very simple example of satellite so that you can understand how do we use satellite. One more example is dish TV. All of us are aware of dish TV. We have used dish TV. Dish TV is directly communicates to satellite and we receive the television signal directly from the satellite. Third most important is weather forecasting. Nowadays we directly get the information a week or fifth month before, like say cyclone and tsunami from the government because of satellite communication. And weather forecasting satellites are used for these applications. So now we'll see what are the contents of my presentation and what we are going to learn today. So the first we will learn what is satellite. We'll understand what is satellite. Next we will see what is satellite communication. How does it communicate? And the third one is elements for different elements for satellite. Next is satellite control system. How is it controlled by earth station or ground station? And the next is, this is the YouTube link video I have shown you. This is an animated video which will help you to learn how satellite functions. Satellite. This is very simple and basic general definition of satellite. It says an artificial body placed in an orbit around the earth to collect the information of a communication. This is very basic definition. Now we'll come to know what is orbit. Orbit is nothing but a predefined path which satellite follows around the earth is called orbit. One more definition of satellite is used, which is it is a body which is revolving around a bigger body. This is also a general definition of satellite. If we take this definition, for instance, our earth also becomes a satellite. Here the picture is shown, the earth is revolving around the sun. Now sun is a very bigger body. We know that sun is very big as compared to earth, and it is we know that the earth is revolving around the sun. From this definition, our earth also becomes a satellite. So now you can see that there is a very long distance between the satellite and the earth. It covers very long distance. Because of this long distance, the satellite communication takes the advantage that a very long region of the body is visible to the satellite. A very long region is that. This is the reason we are able to communicate to different countries. I'm sitting over here now. I can make a video call to US, to Africa, to Asia, or I can connect via a Zoom platform, a different video link platform via Zoom meetings. So I can directly communicate to different regions using satellite. This is the best example of satellite communication. Now we'll move to next slide and see satellite communication. The most important application of satellite is communication. There are various types of satellite, but the communication satellites are very famous because of its wide application, and nowadays people are generally using satellite for communication. A communication satellite is a radio relay station in orbit to about the earth. It is a radio relay station. It works as a radio relay. What is the function of radio relay? It receives the signal, it amplifies the signal, and it redirects it along to the on a specific radio path. It redirects it to the specific radio path. What does it mean? It means, suppose for an example, if a TV channel is transmitting a video signal and that signal is amplified and redirected by the satellite, now it should be redirected to a specific frequency. Otherwise, what will happen? Some other TV channel will receive that signal. This will be miscommunication. This is called interference. So to avoid this, it should be transferred to a specific frequency. Next slide. We'll go to next slide. Satellite communication play a vital role in the global telecommunication system. It is playing very vital role in the global telecommunication system. Because of this, we are able to communicate to different countries and we are able to connect to the world. Elements. Now we'll see what are the different elements of satellite communication. So it is basically divided into two major parts. The first one is the space segment. A space segment consists of the satellite having its own electrical system, its own transponder, its of mechanical system. Along the second one is the ground segment. It consists of the earth station, which is very bigger in size. It is having its own antennas. Now you can see that nowadays we are using dish antenna. This kind of dish antenna are being used. Earlier it was used only in satellites, but a satellite earth station, but they were very bigger in size. Nowadays we have smaller antennas. So Earth station basically controls and tracks the satellite and receives the signal from the satellite. Okay, we'll go to next slide now. This is the basic architecture of satellite. What happens? Satellite, if I am a user, I want to use the access satellite services, what we will do? For example, I am using a Zoom platform. Now this is the Zoom is nothing but my terrestrial system. If I am opening Zoom and logging into it, I am moving to the head office of the Zoom, and now the Zoom is connected to the Earth station. Zoom is connected to the Earth station. Now Zoom will respond to Earth station. Now this Earth station is going to transmit the signal to satellite via antenna. This communication between the antenna and the satellite is known as uplink. This transmission is known as uplink. Now what satellite is going to do? Satellite will transmit the signal to the downlink to the another antenna, which is the receiver. So this communication between the satellite and the receiving antenna is known as the downlink. This link is known as downlink. Now it will transfer the signal to the Earth station. Now Earth station will receive the signal. It will give it to the terrestrial system. Again the Zoom office will receive the signal and it will provide it to the end user. And this is the architecture and how does the satellite works. Okay, next slide. We'll go to next slide. Now space segment. Our space segment includes satellite itself means for launching the satellite, it is having its own launching system and the jet system. Second is electrical power system. It is having its own solar panels. These are the solar panels which will give the energy to the battery backup, and the battery will get charged using the solar system. Then it is having its own mechanical structure. Communication transporter, this is very important unit of the satellite. This is responsible for transmission as well as reception of the signal and also for changing the frequency cycles. Next is communication antennas. These are the communication antennas. Generally it uses parabolic antennas. You can see these are called as parabolic antennas. And altitude and orbit control system, which will have to help to keep it on the track, on the path. Next slide. Satellite control center function. Now the satellite control center function is the nothing but the Earth station, what I had explained you in the previous slide. Earth station, it consists of tracking of the satellite. Now it functions on tracking of the satellite. It is very important to track the satellite. If we are not tracking the satellite continuously, what will happen? The satellite will get misplaced. If we can have a miscommunication, we can get misplaced, we can have a loss of signal. Receiving data, we should receive the data and continuously with the required format. If we are not tracking, we will not receive the data. Eclipse management, during the eclipse period, sun eclipse or moon eclipse, it should be handled properly. It should be tracked with the control system. Next slide. Okay, thank you. That's it for the satellite communication. What we have studied today will continue in the next lecture.